Hi guys, this is gsn.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the iPhone XR, the most affordable iPhone of the brand new trio. So the iPhone XR was unveiled in September with the iPhone XS and XS Max. We have already reviewed the XS Max, and this one actually started selling in late October, so it's still pretty fresh. When I said affordable, it's affordable by Apple 2018 standards, $749 US. That's the starting price. It's an unboxing, so let's see what's inside the box. So designed by Apple in California, a bunch of documents, and you can see here that we have the product red version. It's all for a good cause. We have stickers, we have the metal key, manuals, and all that. I have to say we're pretty lucky to get the red version because I'm not a big fan of the black version, of the yellow version, of the blue version, the coral version, or the white version. So here we are with the beautiful iPhone product red, the iPhone XR with a single camera and a powerful Apple A12 CPU. There's glass at the back, there's glass at the front, there's an aluminum frame between, and boy is this gorgeous. It's a dark red, it's almost burgundy, and I have to say I'm actually loving it. Now inside the box is the usual things that Apple offers. So we got a charger that has been looking the same for many years now. We got the Apple AirPods headphones right here with an included lightning connector, which you can see here. So the Apple AirPods with lighting, and the lightning cable here. As far as I can see, we do not get any sort of adapter from lightning to 3.5mm audio jack, and that's it. Those are all the accessories. Now, getting back to the iPhone XR, I think it's time to fire it up and perform the setup. Once again, it's a glass and metal phone, and it measures 8.3mm in thickness. It weighs 194 grams, and it's got a 6.1-inch screen. It's what Apple usually calls the Liquid Retina HD screen. It's in fact an IPS LCD with a resolution of 1792 over 828 pixels. It's got True Tone, and it doesn't have 3D Touch or the special HDR support, but it's still pretty solid screen judging by what people have been saying in various blind tests. So I've started the setup. As you can see, the screen still has a notch, and I have to say that this red hue is totally growing on me. The phone is IP67 certified, so it can take some contact with water, but not as much as the iPhone XS Max or the XS. Inside there's the Apple A12 CPU, 3GB RAM, 64, 128 or 256GB of storage, and I'm also going to input my password. Okay, we're back with the setup. And as I said before, 3GB RAM, up to 256GB of storage, and a battery that has a capacity of 2942 mAh. At the back side, there's a singular camera. This one is a 12 megapixel shooter, f1.8 aperture. There's the quad LED flash, there's bokeh, optical image stabilization, there's even smart HDR, and you can even tweak the depth as we've seen on the other iPhones, the new iPhones. There's 4K 60 frames per second video capture, there's true depth and Face ID, as you can see here. I'm going to set it up later. No passcode just yet, nope. And up front we have a 7 megapixel camera for the selfies. It does bokeh as well, or better said portrait. There's 4G LTE, there's iOS 12, there's wireless charging, and this beautiful blood red is totally fine for me. Okay, setup later in settings, continuing the setup, agree, continue, enable location services, continue again, share, and we should be about done. Here we are, and next. The setup is starting to seem longer compared to what Android is offering nowadays, and as usual for the iPhones for the past year, you're basing yourself on swipe when it comes to navigating. There is no longer a home button with Touch ID. As you can see, the wallpaper is red, the same hue as the case of the phone, and let's turn up the brightness a little bit to see how far the screen can do. I've been hearing so much about the screen that I actually look forward to seeing it in action. I've set it to without the True Tone to get that purer white. Now let's access gsn.com and see what's happening here. So our first contact with the iPhone XR, color me impressed, at least by the color of the version we have here. So we have depth control, we got the 7nm CPU, there's a lot of power here, and they're calling it affordable, which by Apple standards, well, it probably is, but for the average folks who want the Xiaomi Poco Phone F1, it's not that affordable. Now let's get to the camera interface. You're basically not missing out on anything. You got your live photos, you got your portrait, you got your video, 4K 60 frames per second, you got your slow-mo. This is the portrait camera. There's smart HDR, there's the lighting, natural, studio, contour. I seem to have found that there are actually fewer than I've seen on the other iPhones. It may just be me. Anyways, those are the options you're playing with. So far so good. I look forward to testing the battery especially, then the camera, and of course some games, and I'm pretty sure I will dig the games because there's no reason they wouldn't run like a champ on this handset. So once again, there are 6 colors here. This is the Apple iPhone XR, and you can find it for $749 as a starting price, straight from Apple and its partners. Glass, metal, glass, pretty nice grip, and for a 6.1 incher, I have to say it sits pretty comfortably in my hand. So when it comes to comfort, it's okay. Yes, the bezels are a bit big, but so far so good. We'll be back with a full review very soon. This has been it from jsonol.com. Bye bye.